war. Wait, hold on one second. Anyway, what up, homie warriors? Joe T back at again with another video, back with another Storytime episode. Once again, this is my second Storytime episode of this week, basically. Yeah, or making up Storytime this week. Yeah. Anyway, so like I said, told the story before, but I'm telling it again because I ended up deleting it. Cause like I said, wasn't really getting straight to the point. But anyways. Had to get it out there. This is going to be the time that I got my bus driver fired. Yes. And you guys are pretty much, shocked by what I said. But, whatever. Anyway. So, yeah, let me not waste your time. Let's get into the video. So, this starts off around the office, okay? This was back around freshman year of high school, okay? Let me just say that. Yeah, freshman year. 9th grade. So I was in the office, right? And I know what you're thinking. This story is probably like rambling in my head. Well, rambling in your head, basically. It might not make sense to you guys, but I'm going to get to it. Alright? Anyway. So I'm in the office. And I'm in someone's office. Let's see. We'll call her Miss Strat. Okay? So Miss Strat, basically, I was in her office, basically, and I talked with her, and basically I talked with this bus driver, about what he did and blah blah blah. And now here's the thing: it's like I'm, narrating this story. I'm like narrating this, that, and the other, and blah blah blah, right? So now we're gonna go back to the beginning, okay? So we're gonna call him Mr. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna call him Donald Duck, okay? Cause we'll call him Donald Duck, all right? So Donald Duck, okay? Was the bus driver. At first he was cool. Real cool bus driver. Donald Duck. He was a real cool, bus driver and whatnot. And I say Donald Duck because, you know how Donald Duck, he would be, what's the word? He would always get tortured because, he's rude and stuff. That's why I call him Donald Duck. But anyways, so he was cool at first, right? Then next semester came, right? For freshman year. And for some reason, I see his true colors. Where it's kind of like, okay. So he would basically say, oh, be on time with the bus. So I was late, right? Well, I wasn't late. But I was getting off, right? School was about to be over, right? And mind you, I get on the bus early, okay? So I was part of like the early, buses, basically. So I get off, I get to the early buses, and then he was like, and then he goes, why aren't you on time? And I'm just like, I am. Like, but I'm just like, yeah, whatever, anyway. So he's saying, I'm not, or be on time next time. And I'm just like, okay, just whatever. So I went over and sat by my seat or whatever. And then Dre, which I mentioned him in my videos before, Dre, he rode on my bus, basically. So me and Dre were on the bus, and we basically kind of like sat, next to each other, pretty much. And yeah. Moving on, Just this story is obviously making me so agitated because of what's going on, but just moving on. So anyway. Alright. He comes through. Well, sorry, this story just rambling through my head. But anyways. So next day, right? We're waiting, and he's late. This time he's late. So we're wondering, like, where is he? Did his bus broke down? Like, where did he go? Right? Where did he go? Did his bus broke down? Like, what happened? Right? So and then next thing you know, the other kids, they were coming out, and then this was like around 2:10, because that's when, I get out of school. That's when, the early kids get out of school. And then all the other kids, they go on the other buses, and this and that and the other. So me and Dre, we're wondering, like, where's the other, where's he at? Where's Donald Duck? Where's he at? Did his bus broke down? Is he too busy? Like, what is he doing? And I'm constantly looking at my, phone, like this right here. I'm constantly looking at my phone, like where's he at? Where's he at? And next thing you know, right? It's about, I think, somewhere around 3:30-ish. Or not 3:30-ish. Maybe like 2:30-ish. 2:30. Or 2:45. I don't know. I don't remember. Next thing you know, he finally arrives. So, and I'm thinking like, oh, okay. Oh, so he's a hypocrite, alright? Because last time I checked, right, didn't he say, didn't he, from what I said earlier, that he was talking about how I was late for the bus? But, but then next thing you know, he comes late, around 2:45. While the kids are waiting for you. While the kids are waiting. You have all these students waiting for you, including myself, for the bus. So I get on the bus, right? All of us get on the bus. And I'm just disappointed. I'm like, really? But anyway. This episode is already making me agitated. This whole thing, it's already making me so agitated, okay? Anyways. And we leave. And then I'm talking about, like, this is ridiculous. Like, he was, like, so late. And you talking about I'm late. But anyways. I just was like, you know what? Whatever, bro. So then, next thing you know, from what I heard, he kept giving me silent treatment. So whenever I said hey to him, I'm like, oh, hey. He wouldn't say hey back. He wouldn't say hey back. And I'm just like, okay. And I go sit on the bus. Or go sit to my seat. And I'm like, oh, so he's not saying hi to me. Alright, cool, whatever. So around after school, when I get on the bus again, he tells me to move down to the seat. So, me being, I don't know. I don't know what you can call it. Me being, I guess, I don't know. Bold, I guess you can say, or sassy, whatnot. I'm like, oh, so now you want to talk to me. And then he was saying, oh, hey, don't you something like that he said. Whatever. I'm just like, I'm not even gonna bother, talking to him or whatnot, whatever. So he was being petty. Let me just go over this right quick, okay? You complain about me not being late. You, I'm agitated. I'm agitated. I'm annoyed. Real annoyed. Okay, so annoyed. Let me just go over this right quick. Let me analyze this right quick, okay? One, you complain about me being late, even though I wasn't really all the way late. Two, You had all the students waiting while you're the one that's late. And now we get to 3. You're giving me the silent treatment. And just, he was petty. Okay? He was literally being petty. So now we get into the reason why I wanted to fire him. Or basically get my revenge, basically. My revenge. So, okay. I'm leaving my 4 block class, right? And then next thing you know, one of my associates, we'll call him Jay. Okay? So Jay, he tells me that Joseph, the bus just left. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, our bus just left. They just left out of nowhere. And then, mind you, here's the thing. In the morning, let me tell you this. This reminds me of what happened in that morning, where I was getting myself ready, right? And the next thing you know, he just drives off. He just drives off. Basically, that same morning. The exact same morning he drove off was the exact same afternoon he drove off. Right? So, he drove off, right? So, like me in the morning, I'm just thinking like, oh, he leaving me. You leaving me. So he left me on purpose, basically. And no, it was not no accident. For them, you saying, oh, it's just an accident. No, it was an accident. It wasn't. So I'm thinking to the conclusion like, oh, he does it on he's now doing it on purpose. And basically, and it's like, at first I did think it was an accident, but then he did it again. I'm like, no, okay, that's it. You did it twice now? Twice? Not once, but twice, bitch. Not once, but twice. Twice. You left me. Twice. You drove off and left me on purpose. And my mom had to basically, you know, drop me off at the school, basically. And she was mad about that as well. So Jay, him saying, oh, I'm just going to go to the front office and, you know, tell them about, you know, the bus just left and, you know, my mom can pick me up, whatnot. So I was trying to keep my composure, but yet again, I was pissed the fuck off, right? So then it leads to here. After my narration, it leads to here, where I'm at the office with Miss Strap, right? Telling her about what happened. Or, oh wait, no. Let's get mixed up. That's not... Sorry, I'm getting this mixed up. Just, this story is just rambling through my head. But, anyway. So I go to the office. Mad as hell, obviously. So I tell her what happened. That, oh, he left me. He basically left me. He left my ass at the school and drove off. Basically. On purpose. Not on accident. He didn't forget. On purpose, bro. So she had to call my mom to pick me up. And the thing was, my mom was mad too. Because here's the thing. She was at work, right? During around like 1, 2, whatever, she would usually be at work. Okay? She would usually be at work. And the fact that she had to get off work just to pick me up, oh, you know she was mad as hell. You know she was mad as hell when she had to leave work and pick me up. Again, get in the car. She's like, Miss Stratch is like, your mom's here. I'm like, oh, alright. Get my backpack, go to the car, and my mom drive home. And of course, we was pissed the fuck off and she was cussing out and all that stuff. And of course, we was like ranting all on the car, all in the car, all the way home. We was ranting about all this shit, right? So I'm like, you know what? No. Like, I need to just get revenge once and for all, you know? I'm like, you know what? Maybe this is my revenge plot. You know, this is my revenge plot, okay? I'm like, you know what? No, I ain't got time for this. I ain't got time for this petty bus driver. Literally a grown man, like in his, what, 30s, 40s, basically having some petty beef with some teenager. With some teenager, basically. One of your bus mates on the bus, or students on the bus, whatever. Anyway, so I'm thinking, what can I do? What can I do to get this man fired, basically? So I was talking to Dre about it, and basically he was thinking the same thing as well, obviously. So I'm wondering, what can I do, you know? So basically, my mom was picking me up and dropping me off at the time because she didn't want me to be on the bus with him. But then next thing you know, he's coming over to my driveway thinking that I'm about to go on his bus. Like, no. Bitch. No. You really think I'm about to come over and pick... Bro, it's already making me agitated. I'm like, no. But then I'm thinking, wait. That's it. My phone. Right? This. So, I quickly grab my phone. How many minutes is this? Let me hurry up. So, I quickly grab my phone. Right? So, he's about to leave. Right? And then, next thing you know, I quickly grab my phone and take a picture like this. Exactly like that. Like that, right? So I took a picture of like the back of his bus. So I'm like, I can expose him. See, let me tell you something. If you guys were born without phones like these, I'm sorry. You would have to find another way to get your bus driver fired. I'm sorry. Like, with phones like this, listen. You should be. This is why phones are invented. Listen. Let me tell you guys something. If you want to get your teachers fired, or if you want to get your bus drivers fired, just take a picture with this, okay? Do this with this phone. Either record or take a picture so you can expose it. Expose it. And their careers. Make them lose their jobs and their careers and their fucking careers, okay? Make sure to do it. Because let me tell you something. It's nothing wrong with getting people fired. Or is it? Well, yes it is. Y'all, don't listen to me. But if you're going to do it for the right reason. But anyway, enough of that message. So, anyway. So, I take the picture and I show it to Dre first. I show it to him first. That I'm like, dude, look. Like, look at this. And Sif is there as well. So I'm showing Sif and Dre the pictures on the phone. And I'm like, look at this, y'all. You guys, look at this. Like, he was there at my driveway. He was there. Like, he literally just pulled up. And Dre's like, oh, really? He's like, yeah. He's like, really? Now he's like, yeah. So then, excuse me. I ate pizza for dinner, anyways. So, and I'm like, oh, you can be a part of my revenge plot, basically. And so, the fuck? Ew. Gum gun on my phone, anyways. So I record Dre, and then he's telling his side of the story about what happened, and, you know, blah, blah. So I'm like, alright, cool. So I'm going to show this to Miss Strat, and that'll be that. Rhyme. That rhymed. Anyway. So I go to her office, right? And then I'm like, oh, I have something to show you. where basically after that narration, this leads to here, okay? After I narrated, all this and told her about what happened, this goes to here, where I show her the receipts on the phone, where I show him that he was like pulled up on my driveway in the back of the bus, right? And then I show, the video with Dre and this, that, and the other. So Miss Stride's like, oh, really? Well, don't you worry. We'll have this situated, and she ended up thanking me for showing, the footage of basically him being a petty ass bus driver who basically is mad that he doesn't pretty much doesn't have enough money on his paycheck, so he decides to, I'm gonna take this out on one of my peoples that ride my buses, Oh yeah, and I also forgot to mention they also threatened this one kid on the bus one day about that he was gonna like drop him off in the middle of the street. So yeah, just wanted to clarify that. No, yeah, yeah, he doesn't get paid enough as a bus driver, so he probably does it. But anyways, that's what I assume. So with my savage ass, right, I walked out and I'm just like, with this grin on my face, I'm like, yeah, no problem. No problem. Because here's the thing. I thought the authorities, they weren't really going to do anything about it. So I felt like I had to take matters in my own hands and, do it myself. So, yeah. So I leave out this office. I'm feeling good about this. And I'm just like, take that, bitch. Take that, bitch. Take that. Take that. Take that. So, and I'm just having this evil grin on my face. This evil grin. This mwahaha grin on my face as I'm walking. So, yeah. So then, next thing you know, my mom, after school at home, my mom tells me that, he's been, fired. And I'm like, wait, for real though? Because let me tell you something. Guess what happened? Let me tell you this. Not only my revenge came, but my karma came. No, his karma came. His karma. Because here's the thing. One, his bus broke down, right? He got in trouble with his supervisor. And I heard that they was getting fired, right? So, and not only he was getting like moved, I was being moved to a different bus, right? But all the other kids, including Dre and myself, we were all being moved into another bus. Basically, we were all moved to being another bus, and he was fired. And later, I almost did the happy dance, like for real. And I was so the next day, right? I'm telling Dre all about this, and he's like, "Oh, for real? Like, yeah." And I'm like, "Yeah, we're being moved to another bus." And mind you, I'm just glad that he was just, gone. Basically, he was gone. Because they ended up saying something about that he had to be, like, moved into another school. Like, he was basically, like, moved into another school. Basically, this and that. And, And, we did our videos thing. Like, with this, like, to expose it. As in, like, what we usually do. Like, oh, hey, we'll use this to expose it, whatnot. But, yeah. And, yeah, that pretty much wraps up the whole entire story. We ended up celebrating that we're going to get a new bus driver and all the kids are being moved to a different bus. And then, and pretty much, I'm thinking I should get a restraining order against him because, he obviously knows where I live. But I knew he was obviously, upset about that. But it's whatever. Who cares, right? Who cares? That wraps up the story. We end up getting a new bus driver. He got fired and got sent to another, school or moved to another school. And I'm glad he was gone. I was glad he was gone. And this was on a Friday, by the way. So yeah, I got home and enjoyed the rest of my weekend. Yeah. pretty awesome Friday if you ask me. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. That's the end of the story. I'm gonna end the episode. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, all that. And yeah. Bye. Later. I'm out.